Plaintiff David Crownson is suing the defendant for $1,100 for the return of money he paid as a down payment on a car. Defendant Freddie Lindvor claims the car was sold as is, and the down payment is non-refundable. He says he owes nothing.
Approach the stand. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Yes.
Thank you. The Honorable Judge Jerry Springer now presiding. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you, Najee?
I'm doing well, Judge.
Good.
This is case number 016 on the docket, Crownson versus Lindvor.
Okay. Plaintiff David Crownson,
Yes.
you are suing the defendant Freddie Lindvor for $1,100 for the return of your down payment on a car. Okay, why don't I start with you? And with you is
This is my mother.
your mother, and she's a witness in the case?
Yes, she is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, I came in with the best intentions and I ended up getting scammed. Basically, I'm a self-published author and I was beginning a book tour and I was in need of a car and desperate for one. And my mother happened to know Freddie and I told her this and she said, oh, I could talk to him about giving you a car. So my mom had been in communication with him and then I had spoken with him because I was getting ready to do New York City Comic-Con this past year. And I said, okay, I just want a Honda, if you can find me anything. And he ended up finding me a 2002 Honda that was, I think, $2,600. But no matter what, I'll put a down payment on.
Had you seen the car yet?
I hadn't seen the car yet. I'd only seen pictures.
So you put a down payment on a car that you hadn't seen?
Oh no, we came there after the convention ended. I came the following week, and you know his brother Max was still working on the car, so I couldn't test drive it.
Yeah, but when did you put the down payment on?
I put the down payment on as soon as I saw it. So I said, okay, I trust this guy, and I'll write you guys a check for $1,000 right now, so you know that I'm serious about this car. Take the time that you need to fix it. I have a few upcoming book shows.
I'm just trying to get your thought process and not questioning how much you trusted him or not, but why would you put $1,000 down on a particular car, not a unique car, that you didn't test drive? Because what if when you test drove it, you didn't like it?
Well, I believe he was going to auction the car, or he was in a rush to get rid of it, and I think he had someone already who was going to buy it, so I just quickly wanted to grab it.
All right, okay.
So that was,
You decided to do it. Okay.
It wasn't a smart move on my part. And
I blame myself for that, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, my younger daughter works with their mother.
Yes.
And so we happen to know his younger brother. He comes to our house because my daughter had a Volvo and she needed help. So through that, we found out about him, even though we had never met him.
Yeah.
So we figured my daughter works with their mother, so they're not strangers. So I was the one doing all the negotiations.
Around November, we ended up test driving it.
And so it was a month later that you
Yeah.
test drove it. Okay.
So situations such as this, what happened is when the car is inexpensive, and let's say it's $2,000 to $3,000 to purchase the car, and I have a potential candidate, what I do is zero risk for them because there is no deposit. I put the money up. You want to buy it? Go ahead, take the car. You don't want to buy it? No problem. You're not obligated to buy the vehicle. Well, I have a selling date, buying date from the auction, and selling date. Now, they mentioned they gave me a $1,000 deposit. That was the second deposit. The first day I got the car, I think we bought 3 cars, and I'm in the CBD business. I actually had to go upstate, up to Vermont, whatever. But he comes over there, sees my brother. He mentions that the door is broken. It's about a couple dollars to fix it. I said, cool. You want to buy the car? Give me money to fix it, which was $100. It'll cover the material, the parts to fix the door handle. There was no written agreement because in the state of New Jersey, when you buy a car, it's sold as is.
There was a slowdown with your talk. There was a written agreement or there was not?
The contract is being bound by the deposit. The deposit is the agreement, ma'am. You give me the money, the deal is yours. So he gives me she comes in, gives me a $100 deposit. That shows me that she's serious about the car. I said, listen, I need a lump sum to know you want to buy the car. She gives me $1,000 down payment. I take that money and I go to auction, I pay for the car. Now the car is $1,000 of hers. The car was purchased for $1,600. I put the rest of the money. The car is now waiting to be picked up. Hypothetically speaking, to be waited to be diagnosed or to be looked at if there was any problems, right? The car is standing there. Well, when are you going to get the money? 2 to 3 weeks. Sure, no problem. 2 to 3 weeks go by. Hey, what's up? Where's the money? Sorry, I don't have it. I get a story. No problem. 2 to 3 weeks go by. My son is going to go to a comic show. He's going to sell, true story. He's going to go sell his comics. He's going to pay you for the car. Cool, no problem. 3rd, 4th time coming by. Hey, listen, he didn't do so well.
So
we
in
don't
other
want to buy
words,
the car anymore.
Over a period of time,
3 months.
3 months, he didn't come up with the rest of the money.
Correct.
Got it.
When I went to talk to him about cars, we were looking for 3 cars. A Honda for David, a Yaris for me, and a Volvo for my daughter.
Okay.
If the Honda Accord was not good and David didn't want it, we can apply the deposit to another car.
You put down a $1,000 deposit. With used cars, you buy a used car as is. Normally, you wouldn't put down a deposit until you tested the car. In this case, you test drove the car. You weren't happy, but after that, according to the written statement, that's when another $100 was given.
We gave the money the same day. He gave $1,000 check for the Honda, and I gave $100 cash to be given to him as a deposit for the Yaris I was looking for.
So this $1,100 was paid on the same day?
The same day,
Not
sir.
after the test drive?
No.
There was no money given after the test drive?
No.
This car, you take out the trash yourself, right? At least once a week, right?
Yeah.
Every time I took out the trash, my ex-girlfriend told me, get this car out of the driveway, get this car out of the driveway. I kid you not, you have no idea how much hell I went through for having this car in my driveway.
Yeah.
So when she contacted me and she says, listen, we don't want the car, we want our money back, I'm gonna sue, la 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 la. I said, you know what, fine.
No,
you want your
he
money
had
back?
complained about the...
Hang on, sir.
I said, you know what, fine, let me sell the car back to the auction.
He never
We
said
will
that.
lose. It's in writing, whatever. We will lose $200-300.
that.
Take the difference.
Never said that.
I'm not. There's a difference between nice guy and a sucker.
Okay, well, we do have some emails here where he is offering to sell the car back.
When the action came into me, it was like so much high anxiety. I said, you know what? Here's a car. Let me sell it at the auction. Let's be done and over with it. But then she wanted the full amount. She did not want to take the losses.
When you buy a used car, it's as is. And that's why people normally test drive it before they buy it. If you can always get your deposit back,
Don't put it.
then what is the purpose of a deposit? There would be no reason for a deposit if the deposit didn't have some consequence. He doesn't go at that time to sell it to someone else. He keeps it on his driveway until you decide you want to pay for it. On their side is, there's no written agreement what the deal would be. It's just verbally.
And I asked the people who are in industry and told me, should you? Yes. Do you have to? No.
But because you didn't, you're in this mess now. You've got $1,100 of their money for a car that they don't want. Do you have, and I'm asking you, is there this written contract where it is in writing that if they purchase the car as
Of
is?
them signing it?
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay. That is significant in this particular case. If there is as a condition, it has to be in writing. That means, since it's not in writing, the as is doesn't apply.
Fair
Well,
enough.
that's the law.
No problem.
They are entitled to their $1,100 back. So I fine for the plaintiff $1,100.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Good luck.
By me saying that I will fix the car, then he will buy it, that's what the first $100 deposit was for me to know that they're serious, because I said I will sell the car as is without fixing the car, because we don't try to fix miscellaneous stuff like this. We'll include it in the price. And then he said, you know what, I'll give you $100 to fix this, and then the other deposit will come in. So whatever, but still thank you for letting me say that.
I feel thrilled about the verdict. I think it was very fair, and I think next time always have paperwork.